Yes, it's one of my favorite episodes, and now thanks to Adam and Jamie, we now know that no one can dodge a sniper's bullet, even from 300 yards away, because you just can't react quick enough.
It's true. Also, I was thinking that we too could test to see if I could dodge something. So long as it's something that's still dangerous, but maybe just a touch slower.
Like what, man?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's terrifying.
You guys knew you couldn't come to the Mythbusters exhibit without us cranking up the danger, right? Amanda right here is going to end up in the firing line trying to dodge one of those fast paintballs. But first, we want to know what you guys think about the myth. Can a human being dodge a paintball? Who says yes? A person, raise your hand if you say yes, a person can dodge a paintball. Okay? Who says, no way, Jose, can a person dodge one of those paintballs? I saw how fast that went. All right, there we go.
Oh, man. People are saying no.
Yeah.
Oh, that was not good.
That's unfortunate for a man.
That's a great prediction. Ooh, that sounds like a hypothesis to me, though. Which hypothesis? Huge part of the scientific method. On Mythbusters, they use the scientific method all the time. And on that show, they disguise the hypothesis and call it a myth.
Exactly. Does anyone know any other parts of the scientific method they want to let us know? All right, what do we do with the hypothesis? Yes? Purpose, exactly, purpose, there you go. Yes, and what do you think?
You have to test it.
You have to test it out, exactly. The experiment is our test with measurable results, right? So we have our hypothesis, we've done our experiment. Now what do we need to do to wrap up the entire scientific method? Yes. The conclusion, which is when we find out whether our myth is busted, plausible, or confirmed.
Now, there were quite a few of you who, when we were polling you about, dodging the paintball, quite a few of you did not raise your hands, but maybe that's because we didn't give you the option you were looking for. Who thinks maybe a person can dodge a paintball? All right, there go the hands. Now, why do you think maybe? Any ideas? Why do you think? Yeah, the person's reaction time makes a huge difference. I'm going fast today. All right. Another big one is distance. Let's say this morning I woke up saying, I'm a Jedi. Shoot me from right here. Am I going to be able to dodge paintball? No. Nope. Not going to pour into my bloodstream. Well, what if we were shouting from 800 feet away? Am I going to be able to dodge paintball? Likely.
Yeah.
Let's move it really far.
Exactly. So before we start shooting Amanda with paintballs, we have to plan the part of the experiment that takes the it depends out of the equation. And we call that controlling the variables. And we can control the variables with our wonderful paintball rig, everyone you see in front of you. Her name is Matilda. Everyone say hi, Matilda.
Hi, Matilda.
Matilda's our wonderful paintball rig, and she's bolted to the ground 25 feet away from the target, always 25 feet away. Also, the paintball is being fired at 250 feet per second. That is 170 miles per hour.
That's wonderful.
Pretty fast. Also, there's a delay built in. We can change the delay from 0 to 1 second. That way we can simulate a longer or shorter distance.
Let me show you what we're talking about with this delay. So let's say we wanted to shoot the paintball ray from 25 feet away. Well, it's conveniently located already in that spot. So what are we going to do? We're going to set our delay to 0. Watch what happens when I press the trigger. Okay, that was fast. All right. Now let's say we wanted to push the paintball rig away like 250 feet. A, I don't have the body strength for that. B, there's not enough space in this space. So what am I going to do? I'm going to change the delay to 1 full second. Now watch what happens when I press the trigger.
One more time.
That time between me pressing the trigger and the paintball actually hitting the target is the same amount of time it would take for the paintball to travel those 250 feet.
Yes, so we can control the paintball rig variables as much as we want. But something we cannot control is how quick Amanda could react to one of those paintballs, all right? If she reacts really quickly, she may be able to get out of the way. If not, feel sorry for you.
Oh, that's great. I can't wait. But we do have to test to see what I'm going to be, how I'm reacting to. And then we get a little help. We have 3 volunteers who we gave buzzers to at the beginning of the show. Come on up on stage, guys.
We have a buzzer going up and follow Amanda right over there. Follow Amanda right over there. All right, our 3 volunteers have been handed colorful buzzers, as you guys can see, all right? When they receive a certain cue, they're going to smack those buzzers as quickly as they can, and we will find out what they react fastest to. All right?
So, friends, here's what's going to happen. There are 2 cues on the paintball rig. See, there's a light cue on top, right here, and a bottom cue. And the bottom cue is a sound fast as possible. Not only do we want to know who's the fastest, hopefully it'll be me. We want to know what cue you're going to line me up with, and everyone to react fastest to, so I have the best chance of dodging a paintball, okay? So, 2 hands on the buzzer, ready? Oh, maybe not. Let's try some. Alright, let me just. Alright.
Alright, so before we begin, let's make a hypothesis, okay?
Okay.
Like Amanda said, we want to know if they would react quicker to light or to sound. Who thinks light? Who thinks they would react quicker to light as opposed to sound? Does anyone want to tell me why they think light? Yes.
Because light travels at a faster speed.
Because light travels at a faster speed. Great idea, alright? Does anyone think sound instead of light? Does anyone want to tell me why for sound?
I think it's just like scare, like when you're scared, it's sound.
It's just natural, right? It sounds. So it can be natural. If you're scared of the sound, you'll hear it, and you'll react very quickly, alright? Some great ideas, guys.
Alright, well, it seems like most of you guys think I'm going to react faster to a like you and them too, so that's a great hypothesis.
Yes, it is.
Let's test it out.
Test it out. First test will be a light cue. So, like Amanda said, when you see that light bulb turn on, smack those buzzers as quickly as you can. Audience, I don't think you've noticed, but behind your seats, you also have buzzers behind your seats, alright? Behind your seats, you also have buzzers. Get those buzzers out, but they're invisible. Ah, yes. Who has imagination, alright? So, pull those imaginary buzzers out. It's right over there, alright? Right, yes. Alright, pull those imaginary buzzers out, and when you get that cue, smack those imaginary buzzers, okay?
Alright, you got this. Alright, give me a good cue, because I want to be able to dodge a paintball today.
Alright, here we go. Test number 1, light cue. Alright, here we go. The results are really. And who has buzzer number 4?
Buzzer number 4 is the winner.
Alright. She has a reaction time of 0.35.
Oh, that's fast.
And our average was 0.65.
Okay. Let's switch that over to a sound cue.
Alright, here we go. Same process. Instead of looking for the cue, we're listening for the cue, alright? Here we go. Test number 2, sound cue. Alright, here we go. The results are rolling in. Can I get a drum roll from somebody out there, please? Yeah, clear number 4 once again. And the best reaction time with 0.45 seconds.
Okay.
And our average this time was 0.62.
Interesting. Alright, so we've done our experiment, we've got our results. Oh, and I made a message, but our hypothesis was that they were going to react fast to a light cue. Is our hypothesis busted or confirmed? Busted, that's right. But it's okay because in science, failure is always an option. So, it looks like